welcome back to Geno's Picks. Great news, my buddy Geno is back with me.
What's happening, folks? How we doing?
Thanks for coming back, buddy, especially after last week. You only went 1-3, Daddy went 2-2. The deciding factor was I, in the opening game, had the Texans.
Yeah, you had them twice. You had them in Cincinnati and in Houston. Those are your two wins.
I like to pick one in each city. All right, well, I know you guys can't wait to see who we're on this week, so let's get right to it. Our first pick, the Denver Broncos are giving 9.5 to the Baltimore Ravens in Denver. Look, real Geno's Picks fans know that all the way back in Week 10 last season, I coined the nickname Eric, I'm not Black and Decker. And now they're just coming up with the nickname out there in Mile High, Black and Decker for the receivers. Look, I can see how it took them a little longer, Geno, because in their defense, the air is much thinner out there. But while it might explain their behavior, the air in Baltimore is fine, and there's no explaining Ray Lewis and his stupid dance at the end of last week's game, proving you don't have to give yourself a hardware nickname to be an absolute tool. I'm taking Denver, and I'm laying 10.
Yeah, you know, squirrel dance aside, I look at this game, and I know Flacco is not going to be capable of winning this game. I love Denver. The 9.5 points scares me a little bit, but I do know there's going to be points. It's going to be cold. There's going to be a 5-mile-an-hour wind, which is nothing. I love the over tomorrow, which is 46. Take the over. Look for Manning to put up a ton of points early, and look for Joe Flacco to take up the garbage time.
It's a Geno parlay, Denver to the over.
Next game we got, yes, Green Bay and San Fran. They're taking a trip out to the West Coast. What scares me about this game is the fact that Green Bay still doesn't have a 100-yard rusher, and the one thing that three things that San Fran actually has on their side of the ball.
What's the difference?
1-3, what's the difference? They got defense. They've got a 100-yard rusher, and they don't have Joe Webb as their backup quarterback starting. I look for this game to be a roasting out there. I don't see Green Bay able to stop these guys. They don't really have a defense. Anybody's defense would have looked good against Joe Webb last week. Take the Niners, lay the 3 comfortably. That's my pick.
Wow. Daddy's on the other side of the coin, Geno, because you know why? Here's the thing. The Packers may have lost to the 49ers in the first week of the season, but saying I beat you in the first week of the season is like saying I love you in the first week of a relationship. You don't know who the other people are, and there's a good chance in the upcoming months one of you is going to get fucked by a couple of other dudes. Well, guess what? Alex Smith got fucked by 2 dudes, Harbaugh and Kaepernick. And here's the thing. While everything you said is true, I see Colin Kaepernick not only facing pressure from Green Bay, a team that's much better than the one they faced in Week 1, but in the constant screenshots of Alex Smith on the sideline the second Green Bay goes up. That's a lot to overcome, and I like Green Bay getting 3, if not flat out winning this one. Our next pick, the Seattle Seahawks, I wonder who Geno's going to be on,
Thank God this isn't a cooking show.
Are getting 2.5 as they travel to Atlanta to face the Falcons, like whatever. Exactly, they're forgettable. Matt Ryan has 0 playoff wins. Mike Smith has 0 playoff wins. Tony Gonzalez, in how many seasons, Geno? 17, you said?
17, hasn't won a playoff game yet.
Has 0 playoff wins. The last time I saw this many zeros, I wasn't watching NFL football. I was watching World Cup soccer. This is a game that will come down again to defense, and while Atlanta may score early, leave it to the Legion of, what is it, Legion of?
Boom.
Boone?
Boom.
Oh, Boom. The Legion of Boons to finish them late. And speaking of Boom, there's been a lot of rumors swirling around about your boy, Marshawn Lynch. He's missed 2 straight days of practice, but don't worry. Even though he's been on the injury report 14 of the past 16 weeks this year, he's never missed a game. And even if he does, Robert Turbin, his backup, will spell him often and easily. So go confidently forward with this bet, America, unlike many Americans who seem to think just because there's a Turbin out there, everyone's about to implode around him. Take Seattle and the 2.5 you're getting.
Yeah, I'm definitely going with my Skittles, and I know I brought props this week, but I love Seattle. I told you they're going to go to the Super Bowl. It's my dark horse. But in this game here, and please, I don't want to promote bullying, but Julio is going to get bullied down by the schoolyard by Sherman and the defensive backs. Cam Chancellor is going to be taking out their most physical receiver, Roddy White, going across the middle. He better have eyes in the back of his head, because this is a hard-hitting safety, and he is their most physical receiver other than Gonzalez. But believe me, by the time they have enough trouble stopping the run with Marshawn Lynch, that team is going to be out on the field too long. The defense for Seattle is going to be rested the whole game. The read option with Wilson is going to give them fits on the defensive side in Atlanta. Please, if you take any game this weekend, Take the Seattle Seahawks in the duel of the Angry Birds. Take your Skittles and take them all the way to the bank.
Can I have those?
I got more.
Okay.
All right, our last game of the weekend, we have
The lock of the week. We said it last week. You didn't listen? Tell them, buddy.
Here we go. We got the Houston Texans, who almost lost at home. If Andy Dalton could have been a little bit more accurate. They're going on the road to New England again. We saw what happened the last time they were there. Arian Foster was a no-show. The defense of the Patriots, not the best defense. Not as good, I don't think, as Cincinnati's is, but they've gotten them better and they've improved over the last couple weeks of the season, and especially against the run. And if you look at their roster, everybody's on the IR, but that's just a Bill Belichick thing. They're healthy and ready to go. I look for them to smack Houston in the face here, as Matt Schaub still is not the quarterback of choice in Houston. There's many doubts. There's a chip on their shoulder, but it's turning into a gorilla, and it's going to be King Kong by the end of the game. Take New England, lay the 9.5 comfortably. Look for a blowout here.
Good news. I'm on your side with this one, Geno, because I'm telling you, even though they blew them out in the first game and the last time they played week 15 or 14, whatever it was, correct me if I'm wrong, they got out to such a lead so early, they were never in a chance to play the offense they wanted to.
And Schaub can't make a comeback.
Yeah, but there you go. And that's the point. Even if Schaub does, we saw how they're playing. This is a team that has lost 3 of their last 5, and the 2 they won were pathetic. They lost to the Colts in an emotional game. They got killed by New England, and they just barely, you said it, beat the Bengals. And now, instead of facing a guy like Andy Dalton, you're facing
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady. Exactly. The only football mind that still would be interested in Andy Dalton and his ginger features is Jerry Sandusky. And let me tell you, we're looking at another rape this weekend. I agree with Geno. Take New England, lay the points. Those
are Geno's picks.
We'll see you next week. Please come back.
Take it easy.
All right, let's do it. My first pick, I should say our first pick. The Denver Broncos are giving 9.5. What is that on the screen, Joe?
I don't know.
All right, what's the line in the next one? I usually have it written down.
Oh, God.
Shut up!